Hello, Scorpio. It's time for your weekly reading, May 24th to 31st, 2021. As you can see, I have a double deck of tarot cards because I want to have double the chance of you getting a phenomenal reading. And also, this way, if the cards really want to come out, they can give you two of the same card, if necessary. If something really wants to be assertive, aggressive, and all that good stuff. Now, I have shuffled off camera a lot here because I like to shuffle like crazy, but you know what? Everybody's getting a lot of cards the same. I have had so many darn Three of Swords and Nine of Swords together today. It's totally ridiculous. A combination I really do not want to have, and it seems like no matter how much I shuffle, those crappy cards keep coming up. So let's hope that does not happen for your reading. Let's hope things are a little bit more special and nicer. Let's dive in. 12 cards for you. Right off the top. See? When cards are meant to be, they're meant to be, and there is no engineering the situation. None whatsoever. I haven't seen my King of Pentacles for a while. Not a single double card. Huh. Well, that might not be a bad thing because it gives you more variety. So let's check it out. Well, at least you only got the Three of Swords. At least it's not with the Nine and Ten of Swords, which has been more typical in the last while. So the Three of Swords is heartache. It's plain and simple. It's heartache, but it is surrounded by all these good cards. So hopefully the heartache is not too severe and possibly not even too immediate. It might be something that you have over something that's past. I have a good friend who gets this card every time I do a reading for her, and it's because her dad died like a year ago, but it's something she carries with her. So whether it's something you can get rid of or it's something that will be around for a little while, I certainly hope it's not something current. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything too horrific. You've got all this other really good stuff going on. So I have a feeling your week will be fairly decent. We do have this. I like to dive into the negative first. Can mean monetary loss. Can mean a health issue. Everybody seems to be getting this card too. And I think it's because, you know, we tend to be feeling kind of out in the cold. I know a lot of people whose parents won't see them right now because of health concerns and things like that. That's making people feel very bereft, very lonely, like they've been disconnected. That can be a factor in getting this card. Sometimes a health concern will come up. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything disastrous. It's just something that will come up until it is resolved or until it is figured out. This could be a card that comes up, but mostly this card comes up for some kind of financial loss. A lot of people right now, because their job is not the same or what it typically would be, are experiencing financial losses. And so I think that's one of the reasons this card keeps asserting itself. When you see this card, I always recommend to not do anything too committed financially. I wouldn't buy anything huge. I wouldn't make any huge financial commitments unless you're absolutely 100% positive that you are covered for, you know, any losses that could occur. Just be careful. Just be careful. And as far as this goes, if it's something from the past that you can tackle, that you can get rid of these horrible feelings of heartache, then do. And if it's something that you just have to carry with you for a while, so be it. Well, I mean, I don't really accept that. I think that there are ways you could feel better, and I want you to. I want you to feel better. So, if at all possible, try to work on that. If it's for something current, then, you know, you'll get through it. You really, really will. And the devil. So the devil can mean obsessions or addictions. Something you're doing or could potentially be doing that isn't good for you. It can be hoarding. It can be animal hoarding. It can be obsessing over anything. Being quote unquote in love with someone who is not good for you, who does not support and uphold your life. It can mean, an addiction to a substance. It doesn't have to be an addiction. It can be just too much smoking, too much drinking, too much whatever, that needs to be curbed, that needs to be moderated in some way. So that's for you to determine. But think about that. I mean, sometimes it's just a matter of, instead of drinking 3 glasses of wine, have 1. It doesn't always have to be a full-blown addiction. Sometimes it can just be a bad habit. In fact, this can cover a lot of bad habits. So figure out what that might be about and do something about it, because you can. When you guys resolve to do something, you're good at it. So then we've got the Queen of Swords, and she is very practical, very concise, a little cool in her delivery. That would be an air sign, typically, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. If it's a person you know, something will be going on with her this week. If it is not a person you know, it could mean that the Queen of Swords is coming in to tell you to be more practical, or to cut to the chase, to get to the truth of the matter. She doesn't like BS. She doesn't like things to be cloudy or, too much meandering around, pussyfooting about anything. She likes stuff to be very clear. Then we've got the King of Pentacles, a very nice card. If it's a real person, it's a someone who is very good at investing, planning, kind of moving slowly in things, very good at business. When I say moving slowly, I mean not diving in spontaneously, really planning things out, looking at all the avenues, making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, making sure everything is correct and in order. And so this person is good at investments and business and, many work-related things, because he is one who will ensure that things are done in the proper order and they are completed. So perhaps this is your boss, your father, your husband, your friend. It can be a female. The sexes in tarot have always been interchangeable. It just depends on what traits you have personally. So think about who these people might be as you go through your week, and see if the King of Pentacles asserts himself as somebody who is concerned with health or finances, anything that relates to long-term security. See if the Queen of Swords shows up as somebody. Now here we've got the Queen of Cups. Now this is a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, so maybe this is you, the Queen of Cups. She is very good and loving and kind and runs a good home and is wonderful with children typically. She can be a little bit cold-blooded sometimes. I mean, if it's a Scorpio like you guys have your side where your sting is pretty severe at times. So that, it's not just all sweetness and light and happiness and love all the time, but there is that side. Excuse me, I was trying so hard not to have that cough, but in the end, like the cards asserting themselves, it cannot always be avoided. So, if this is you, do you have a partner who is a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo? Or somebody that you're dealing with currently who is that sign, somebody who is an action-oriented person, somebody a bit fiery, somebody who really likes to put things into action, who's very positive and proactive and social. If so, we've got the Hierophant here. Are you having a marriage to this person? Because the Hierophant often represents marriage. Or you could be marrying this person, perhaps, if this is you and you've got a love thing on the go. Here is the card that we call the Arrows of Love. So if this love situation came in very fast and furious, you know, with one of these two characters here, maybe there's a marriage in the works. Now, this card is one of the best cards in the deck, the Ten of Cups. It's a beautiful card of love and happiness and happy home and family, like all the good things you could ever want. So I can't help but wonder if the card does mean marriage, that it would result in something very lovely. That's very exciting and positive. And then we've got the Page of Swords. All these court cards, lots of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who could be real people that you know, or some of them are just the concept marching in to help you out in situations. So the Page of Swords, he is very intellectual, a young person or child who's always learning, always scholarly, always trying to seek out the truth and figure things out. So he can also be a messenger of some kind of truth for you. So this is kind of an exciting reading. I mean, yeah, we've got this and these guys, but this is kind of an exciting reading. It feels kind of fast moving and kind of fast paced and really uplifting and positive. So I'm kind of excited about it. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the beginning of something. Maybe this person is involved in helping you to create some kind of investment or some kind of investment in your future. Could be the beginning of an exercise program, a good diet, just eating more healthily in general. Could be a financial investment, like purchasing something. Again, if it is purchasing a large thing like a home or, you know, anything expensive, lots of stock or something of that nature, do use very good caution. If this person is somebody that can advise you, by all means, if it's somebody you feel close to and trust, maybe get some advice on this situation. Or maybe if it's this guy and this is your partner, then that's why this is happening. If this is a marriage and you're buying a house or doing something financial to get things started, then perhaps that's what it's about. I'm sure for each of you it will be something different, because in these general readings, that's just the way it works. It's, you know, one thing for one person and another thing for another person. So Scorpio, this is your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope your week is phenomenal. So I hope to also see you very, very soon. Take care.